Okay, so next thing we're going to do, like we've talked about in class, the laser cutter requires a black and white image to do an engraving. So we're going to go up to our image adjustments and desaturate, just like we did in part 2 with our logo, and that's going to make our graphic black and white. So, in class we talked about the importance of strengthening our blacks and our whites in our images and kind of upping that contrast in order to provide a nice clear image for the laser cutter to burn. So I'm going to show you two tools that are going to help you with that. So depending on the image you choose, you could go to adjustments and you could use brightness and contrast as a way to get your image to look more contrasty, if you will. In the quest to get really dark blacks and really light whites, you can sometimes lose detail in your image and hit OK. This isn't too bad, and this would probably be suitable to send to the laser cutter because we've got a lot of nice bright whites and really dark blacks, but still have a lot of that texture and detail in the image of our cat here. But I'm going to do a Control Z because I want to show you another tool that kind of gives us more control and will be very useful for you to learn, especially when you start processing your own photos, especially photos of people. We're going to go to adjustments and we're going to go to levels. And levels can look a little intimidating at first, but it's actually pretty simple. If you click and drag the thing on the left, the dark tones in the image are going to get darker. So I'm just going to go to there for now. Likewise, if you grab from the right, it's going to make the lighter tones lighter. And if we drag that middle slider, that's going to kind of be the tipping point for where those middle tones, those grays, get pushed in the dark direction or the light direction. So once again, we can get some nice detail in there, really high contrast, and still keep preserving a lot of that texture, those nice differences between the dark and the light colors that are going to show up really nicely when we engrave this image. And then you can hit OK. So depending on the type of photo, depending on the way it's exposed, depending on the way the colors are, sometimes brightness and contrast is all you need to get your image looking the way you want it to for laser engraving. But oftentimes you will probably end up having to hop into levels and to work in there. So that is it. We are going to save our graphic and upload it to Classroom so that we can engrave it on the laser cutter.